Anyway, y'all, I was just up and I kind of was been up since probably about 4 o'clock, and my mind just been on a lot of things, just a lot of things that's going on in the world and that will go on in the world. And I don't know, maybe I don't know, I'm just wondering, are we listening? Are we paying attention to what is already here? Are we paying attention to the prophecy of that has been spoken? Are we putting those prophecies to the back side and thinking that that's going to be somewhere not in our time? And my thing is, are we paying attention? Are we really paying attention? For those that may think that it may be in a different time, that the prophecies and so forth is going to be in a different time. Do we all see what's really going on in the land? Y'all, all I'm doing is just, I don't want to take this hair down and try to put it in no style right now because it's trying to grow and it's getting on my nerve. Because usually when it starts growing, it's just, I don't know. But anyway, we're not talking about that. I just want y'all to know that's why I'm picking in my head, because it was fuzzy and I was just retwisting it. That's all. But anyway, y'all, I just wondered, because we as a people, sometimes we get too relaxed. We get too comfortable. We get too comfortable and relaxed in what everybody else tells us how to do, how high, how far to jump, etc., etc. We get so relaxed and comfortable in what everybody else tells us to do, instead of, you kind of looking for yourself as to what really is and what should be done, what we should be doing, and how we should be doing it. I don't understand. I just don't get it sometimes. Anyway, is anybody looking around at the things and how they are in the land now? Is anybody doing that? Because if we were really looking around and understanding where we at, understanding the times and so, understanding the times and so forth, will we not be preparing? Will we not be prepared if you know that we are possibly or in war or fixing to be in war? Do we? What happened? Oh, my TV. Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. My TV was on and went black. Went to another screen. I ain't really concerned about y'all really seeing me. But I'm just saying, if we are getting ready to be in a war, been prophesied that we're getting ready to be in a war, prophesied that things are coming on the land or already on the land that's going to happen, why? I don't understand, why are we not preparing our mind, our heart, and our physical body for that? I don't understand. It's like life moving on as usual. Have you looked out there? Have you been to Walmart and places like that lately? Do you realize that? Do you realize that you are going? You are having to wear masks, having to do certain things, having to be able to is kind of taking away our norm of even receiving a smile from somebody. Do we not realize that? Are we not looking when we go? Are we not looking around? We ain't got to have the news to tell us what's going on. We can see it because we're a part of it. How many of us put our mask on? Which that's what we need to do. But what is this all about? Where is this coming from? Are we in a war? Are we getting ready to go on a war? And that war could very well be for freedom. I mean, really, shake your head up there. While you're sitting up there thinking some of these prophets have lost their mind or something is wrong with them. You might need to listen and take heed. Because when you're in a war or getting ready to be in a war, for all you people that's been in the army or served in the army, isn't there a preparation time to be able to be ready if that time comes? Or while you in it, you already then got prepared for that? And when you're preparing for something like that, a war or something like that, do you prepare to lose or do you prepare to win? Somebody need to tell me something. I'm one that y'all can think that maybe something is wrong with me all you want, but I'm telling you, don't mess around here and let some of the people that maybe have spoken to our lives and showed us some things. Don't let that be your stumbling block of hearing what needs to be heard. Cause you think that maybe that person don't qualify. Who gives you the right to qualify anybody? You can't even qualify yourself. First of all, some of us can't even think for ourselves. Not alone trying to qualify somebody else. Really? You can't even think for yourself. You can't even. It's been programmed in your mind and brain so much until you are not even capable of deprogramming yourself from all the stuff, the lies and stuff that's been put in your brain in order to think the way the world wants you to think. But yet some of you want to think some people, because they're seeing beyond their noses, beyond their dictatorship from other people and programming from other people, and choose not to be in that same arena anymore, because it don't seem right to you, because it's out of the norm to think outside the box. So since it seems like that's not the typical norm, will you tell me right now, since you typical normal people like normal, you people that like normal, or you don't like to step out of what has been and you think it always will be, you normal people, well, take your little behind to Walmart. Take you behind the Walmart. You tell me how normal it is now. My thing is, can you not feel it in the air? The Christian people, you do have a discernment of the spirit, right? Can you not use your discernment of the spirit for once and detect and know that there's something going on, something in the air, something has changed? And when something has changed, you're either going to change with it and still be considered as a norm eventually, or you're going to try to understand why the change. What is the root of the change? What is this all about? Do you think it's just really about COVID-19? Do you really think that? COVID-19 has its place of, let me see the word I'm trying to use. It has its place of being used. I say it like that. It has its place. And it's definitely being used. Is it real? I believe that a lot of it is real. And I do believe man and his desire to be God, his desire to have power and dominion, I believe they done got in it. Now you can think all you want with me, but just if you want to stand still and pay attention. I'm not one that just talk out my ear or whatever. Some people think that I do. And sometimes the people that supposed to be close to you really think that this girl done flipped out. Could be family, could be friends. But you can't let that stop you from speaking what you see and feel, especially if the Lord done told you to do it. You can't worry about what nobody else say. You got to do what he tell you to do. And if he tell you to say whatever, you got to say it. And he just chose the right one, that a person like me, that I used to care about what people said about me, but people have molded me to be the person that I am, that I can't wear my feelings on my shoulder. Or if I want to wear my feelings on my shoulder, I know how to stay away from things that I know that bothers me, whether it be whomever. But I'm not going to let anything stop me from saying what I need to say in this hour. Because a lot of times, some of the time, or it could be that we just sleep. And a lot of times it could be that we sleep because it's been put in our head to be sleep to anything that we have been programmed to think or feel. Everything that has been programmed. If I touch this, if I touch fire, our brain has been programmed. If we touch fire, it burns. But we've been programmed that by even just looking at others, because you can touch something and it burns and you don't say a word. But we've been programmed by looking at our parents, aunties, uncles, brothers and sisters, and they looking at brothers and aunties and sisters and daddies, and they looking. We've been programmed all down through the years that if I touch that fire, and if I move back, it's not just touching it and then it burning and you just move back and be okay. Most people, if they touch something, oh, because it's been programmed in the brain that it has a ooh or some type of reaction. Oh, I hurt. Ooh, that hurt. Rather than just. So it's been, whether you think that you've been programmed, all you gotta do is just think about it. Programming all of this is just a teaching. That's all it is. You people that wants to be so doggone smart. Oh, she talking about, ooh, she trying to start something. Yeah, I am. I really am. But the thing about it is programming ain't what it don't. You don't have to go down deep. It's just a simple teaching. We've been taught certain things or things in life. And it's a fact. And and some of us been taught differently than others. That's a fact, whether you want to believe it or not. If you take your look behind and think about it, about different people being programmed differently. If you just think for one time, think for yourself, and not let somebody else and their thinkings. I know I'm saying something, it's my thinking, but I'm saying think for yourself. Don't even think, just think about it yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Think for yourself. Have we been programmed? Have we been taught a different way? Have you been taught, or have your family down through the years? I'm talking about going back to your beautiful, loving, awesome ancestors. Go all the way back there. Have we been taught differently than different cultures? Have different cultures been programmed? Because that's the word I choose. Have we been programmed a different way? But I really didn't want to get off into that because some of us just ain't going to get that either. I really want to stay with. I started the programming because about the way we think. And I really didn't want to get into my ancestors. God bless our ancestors. God bless them. Reverence to them. But I really didn't want to get off into that. I really want to kind of stay with looking around and being aware of the time. And understanding that there's a change. And do you think that those changes are just happening just because? One thing, God is allowing a change. He's really, really disappointed in you and I. I mean, he really is. But him being disappointed in you and I, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do to make it right? That's what that's where I kind of really wanted to be. I really wanted to be in keeping it with us paying attention to what's going on in the land and what should we be doing about it. I mean, what should we be doing? Because, see, we're not going back to the norm that you are used to. Hate to burst your bubble. With the way I was programmed to say through probably ancestors. And I guess the correction is burst because it's been taught that it was burst. But I'm going to say bust. Okay? I want to be one of those disobedient students. So I want to say bust, and that's what I want to say. You understand what I'm saying. So, but I hate to bust your bubble. From what I saw, it's not going to ever go back to the norm that you used to know. As a matter of fact, the norm that we used to know is, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be wiped out, but I want you to know that it's gonna be some things that's gonna be, I believe it's gonna be some bumpy roads for us. Some real bumpy roads. But you know, we got to know what we need to do in those bumpy roads. We need to know what we need to do in this time. First of all, you got to make sure that you right with God and know that He lives here. He lives here. So if He lives here, it casts out fear, not having hope, not having joy in the midst. God will, you have to go inside. Because that's where God is. I mean, He's everywhere. But He lives in you, right? If He lives in you, y'all on one accord. This is just a fleshly body here. This is just a fleshly body. That's all it is. But He lives inside you. So we need to be preparing ourselves, because there are other people out there that wants to have power over God and over God's people. What are we going to do about it? What is it to do about it? How are we going to handle it when it's at our door? Are we going to be fearful? Because that's what the natural man is going to want to fear. But the God in us is gonna want to stand against the wiles of the devil. Because that's where it's all coming from. The God in us is going to stand against the wiles of the devil. So how do we do this, people? Unity? Is that going to work finally for us? Because I'm going to tell you, when it comes to people wanting power over everything, and they think it's going to be once and for all because they done tried for many, many years to have, see one thing about man just get greedier and greedier. You know how you eat that popcorn and you say you're going to only eat one because you know that you really don't need it, but you're going to eat just one, and then you end up, you look at it, you got a big old bag, and you end up eating the whole bag. Okay. That's how power is. Power is like greed. Okay? That's what it is. So it's just you want more and more and more. And it doesn't matter who is sacrificed, who has to take a back seat. It doesn't matter to people. For some reason, God made us to be a caring, compassionate people. So we always want to help somebody and that's how we get baited in a lot of times. Because we always trying to help somebody when you got your enemies trying to kill, steal, and destroy you a little bit at a time. I already tried with no success. Because you can kill these everybody's. That don't mean that you conquered anything. That was probably more easier when you can master something, when you master something, when you can stand up toe to toe with them and you beat the puff out of them, and you won. Shooting somebody, killing somebody, or whatever, that's easy peasy. It's easy peasy there. Really a warrior, somebody that's really in power, they'll take the challenge. They'll take the challenge. Because they want this little notch on their belt. Anyway, I know I'm going kind of, but all of that is something to think about. Regardless of whether you think it or not, you probably need to listen to this more than one time. You probably need to listen to it more than one time, because I'm gonna come back and listen to it again, because I know it's something that I'm missing. Because a lot of times, like I told y'all before, when God is putting in my spirit to say something, it ministers to me first, and I have to go back and listen to it again and again. Anyway, y'all, what I got on here is for, what are we gonna do? With your discernment of the Spirit of God, if you do have one, what are we gonna do in this hour? Because y'all, it is gonna get bumpier. Please don't turn your back on when someone is telling you. Please don't turn your back on somebody because you think that they don't know what they're talking about, or you think that they are not capable to be able to give you a word. Turn your back on it, because you don't want it to sneak up on you. You don't want it to sneak up on you. Preparation is needed. But what are those preparations? Yeah. God says, stay focused, stay prayed up. But it also says listen to, it put in my spirit that we need to listen to what he's saying this hour and get the directions from him. But if we far away, if we down the street, and he say something to us, isn't that gonna be hard to hear him? I mean, wouldn't that be hard? You just imagine yourself when you were at the street light and you thought you heard your mother call your name, or if your mother was at home telling you that you need to clean your room up and so forth and so forth. And she's talking like I'm talking now. And you down the street. Are you going to hear? I mean, really. Or use some, you ain't got to use butt senses to even get that. She's talking just like I'm talking to you right now. And you're down the street. Are you going to hear her command? Don't tell me you are. Don't tell me you are, because you're a liar. It's impossible for you to hear her and you down the street and she's talking like this. In order for you to hear her like the way I'm talking right now, you're going to have to move in a little closer, right? In order to hear her at this tone right here. Because sometimes God, he said in a still small voice, I believe it's just something I'm feeling right now, that he said in a still small voice because he wants you up close to him so you can hear. He don't need his people out down the street. He wants you up close. That's why, I believe that's why, and he just gave it to me just now. And I believe that's why it was noted in the Bible about the small voice, his still small voice when he speaks. So maybe that's the reason why, because he wants you right here so close. He wants you so close to him that y'all going to be on one accord when you move. Just like it's supposed to, because he lives inside you. So if he lives inside you, if you really live inside you, you're going to be up close. Y'all going to be attached. It's almost like if you're so attached, you can almost hear, even though you're down the street. If you're that close to him, you're going to almost be able to hear that. And I ain't contradicting myself. I'm saying two different things. I'm saying the closeness of God and the distance from God. I'm talking about in the spirit realm. So I'm saying to you all, what do we need to do in this hour? Like I said, I already said two things, and I believe the most important thing of all is drawing closer to God in this hour. And I do believe drawing closer to God in this hour, God gonna have us, some of us, on the battlefield. And that battlefield is unknown. The battlefield is unknown, but who going by God's history, he ain't lost one. He ain't lost a battle. He may seem it in the flesh, that in the natural, that they was going to win that battle. And God always do things a little bit different with a little twist. You got too many. He wanted to show that it didn't take a whole lot to conquer. What it took was being on one accord and in sync with him. That's what it took. And believing. So anyway, I'm not gonna hold you anymore. I'm gonna get off this video, and I think I'm gonna lay back down. But like I said, I had been up since about 4, maybe somewhere in that ballpark, and I was just thinking about a lot of things, because I am a thinker, and a lot of times it just be me and God, and me and him I be thinking, and he be saying stuff, and I be trying to understand, and I kind of get in my meditation for understanding. And then I'm like, I said, oh, see this right here, the meditation and getting the understanding is help deprogramming my mind to what it's been taught to me on down the road. So that meditation gives you understanding. Meditation will give you wisdom. That's what that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Meditation. Meditate on the Lord. He will open up your eyes to see what He wants you to see. And some of it, all the time, it's not going to be a pretty sight all the time. Because God He likes to open our understanding up so why things are happening. And when it happened, this is what you do. He try to not let us wait till we get there. He wants us to have a plan before we get there. That's why meditation and listening to Him, it gives you understanding. Because when you're meditating, it's only you and He. And when you're meditating, you have to block out everything else. It's a time that, yes, we do need to understand the natural, because that's what we're in. We got to understand the natural. But when we go in the spiritual realm, He will give us understanding of the natural and how to defeat it, or what we need to do in the spirit to be victorious of the things in the natural. Okay, I don't know what I just said just then, and I got to go back and listen to it again. But I know whatever was said, I know it has a valuable learning, a valuable understanding, and it was provoked by God. I mean, it was given by God, and it's gonna be all right. But now I'm trying to figure out, what did I just say? But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off here because I am looking at a video, and this child cooked this good meal right here. I kind of want some, but anyway, y'all, just the last thing I want to say right now, y'all, get in the spiritual realm as much as possible. Yet be very aware, very, 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 very aware of the natural things that's going on. Because you need both. But the spiritual realm, you don't need both, but in a way you do, because we're in these natural bodies, so you need both. Victory is in the spiritual realm. The natural is the natural, the one that will pass away. So you need both. But stay as much as you can in the spiritual realm, because that's where you're going to find your orders, your joy, your peace, your strength, etc. Most importantly, victory. So, I'm going to send peace and love your way. And we will talk at you all really soon.